beautiful, beauty, awesome. What are these issues? When to apply this adjective? Can you shed some light on this? Oh dear. Beautiful, beauty, awesome. These adjectives do not appear in any single subject. In one of the many subjects, this beautiful, beauty, awesome is analyzed. For example, Miss World or Miss Universe. One of the many great beauties is assigned. Take me like that. One-sided look at me when evil. So there is a look of disgust. But when my actions look at a fame, then it was seen that there is an analysis of my activities along with the great personalities of the world. It's not a game. It's big true. For example, a flowering tree. There is only one flower in the tree, and that flower is really beautiful. But still, there is a lack of vision towards that flower. But if that flowering tree has innumerable flowers, and if one of those innumerable flowers expresses a special degree of beauty, then the basin of observation or vision or philosophy, there is no need to describe how many can be innumerable. Take the lotus flower in the dung. That is, there is only one special object among many fields. These are not unknown in the philosophy of life. All this is actually true. The meaning of a single can never be understood. But if Sneha had a sister with Sneha, then we would express the meaning of Sneha in such a way. Now, Sneha is our only child. So maybe Sneha is being brought up in a special way without her parents. That is so, dear. That's really true. As the mother and father of an only daughter, we were probably scared all the time. I always thought if something is so wrong with our girl, due to which we have raised our daughter away from us. When our only daughter was just blooming, she was being raised by my mother. Then when my mother died suddenly, then you decide to keep your only daughter with your mother. And it happened, that is the end. What stood out from the middle as a result of our fear, the fate of our daughter, the happiness of mother and father is no more. At least if we had two daughters, then Sneha would be raised like a real princess. When Sneha was a small doll, I used to care her with so much fear. And today, that little doll of mine talks in a caco tune. Now my soul bird flew away leaving my heart. You know, dear, now my soul bird flew away leaving my heart. Now my daughter my heart the body on it the body on it oh in there I would lost everything now my daughter I don't know what happens when daughter bound to lay the body on it my heart the body on it now my daughter is my heart the body on it the body on it. I could not understand life properly. In the middle of it, my affection has become like a cuckoo's voice. I didn't know when you after my mother died, you decided to send Sneha to your mother. That's when Sneha became very big. But I didn't feel that way then. But 4 years after my mother died, the day you sent Sneha to me for housework, and for the purpose of discussion with other members of the household, then I realized I could feel it. Yours and mine means ours. Sneha, now it is possible to live one's own way. As much as I felt proud, I also felt stunned and stuck. This Kako voice is our daughter, my daughter. I didn't understand why I was scared. Whom I was scared of? To my daughter or to this human society? I could not find the answer, but I was able to comfort the mind. In fact, you know what the matter is there? I am still stuck in the phase of our daughter's doll. I am still stuck in the phase of our daughter's doll. I'm still stuck in the face of our daughter's doll. I'm still stuck in the face of our daughter's doll. Oh, in there, where are you there? Lost everything. Oh, my daughter. My heart, the body, my heart, the body, now my daughter, my heart, the body, my heart, the body, oh, in there, where are you there? Lost everything. Now my daughter, my heart, the body, I don't know what happens when daughter is found losing my heart, the body, my heart, the body, now my daughter is a my heart, the body, the body, those little legs, those two little hands, the touch of that little body made my body tremble. Then I always had a feeling of fear, as if the mind was disturbed. It seemed my little one, if Sneha moves away from me and gets lost somewhere else, then how will I live? Even if I had so much scratch on Sneha's body, then it would have been like a prowl in my mind. You remember, oh dear, I took Sneha with me. I used to walk around often in the afternoon. One day, it is time to fetch water from the street bucket by bucket. Going to keep Sneha's whim. Sneha's nose and mouth were stained with blood from the wound on the handle of the fugit. Then I caused a lot of upheaval. So much so that I held our only daughter in my heart. Today, our only daughter is over 18. Today, in the voice of that thin melody of Sneha, I absolutely could out. If any mishap occurs, understand here? If any mishap occurs. As we move forward, we keep pace with the time. As much as Sneha is growing up, so you and I are not sitting in that old place. Both of us are getting older. Sneha is 18 years old. I am also touching the last door of my youth. Feeling we have run out of gas emotionally. Sneha and your absence are all around me. Not only that, when I look at my sister's world, when my sister realizes she is very happy with her husband and son, then I feel the middle of my chest full of despair. How many strangest dreams floated in my open eyes. Sneha is going to be a doctor in our day by taking care of me and you. If only this dream of mine had come true. Nowadays, I feel very lonely over here. Nowadays, I feel very lonely. I feel very alone after the death of my mother over here. I feel very alone after the death of my mother. If we don't have the mind is the mind is going forward, no matter how lonely I am, if you take the wonder if we only the guy was my the world would have the world would have if we don't that is the mind the soul if we that is the mind the soul at the same time if only life we are at the same time could be happy, bliss for we are floating in the sea of happiness. We are floating in the sea of happiness. If we don't have it, that is the thing I see. I used to be happy. The mind is full of happiness. Happy in the soul. If we don't have it, that is the thing I used to be happy. The mind is full of happiness. The soul. Today's weather is like that. It is as if the uninterrupted life is going on everywhere. The fear of fear is horror. It is not seen anywhere else. That COVID-19 novel coronavirus, the disease seemed to disappear suddenly. Before March 22, 2020, such was the weather around. This is exactly what is happening nowadays. Crowds load around, noise all around. But from March 22, 2020 to January 21, where so many crowds lost so much way on cry. People have learned or understood cruelty. That may be true. But there are many big questions in my life and yours. COVID-19 novel coronavirus, this disease has affected everyone's life. It had the same effect on your life and mine. Yet I am from March 22, 2020 to January 2021. I have traveled freely by road, and it is obligatory. You were aware of this too. The question is not my compulsive path travel. The question is of necessity. In the interest of human survival all over the world, the agitation of all quarters was intense. But it is not possible for anyone to stop anger. But the people of this whole world were fully aware of these efforts of everyone in the family to protect the family. But this is from March 22, 2020 to January 2021. I have fully realized I am actually family-less there. I am actually family-less. I am actually family-less there. I am actually family-less. If we don't have it, that is the mind is full of happiness. If we that reminds I be happy. The mind is full of happiness, feel happy. The soul going forward, no matter how lonely I am, if you stay next to me. The world if we only the kind of was by my side. The world to me. The going forward, no matter how lonely I am, if you stay with me, the world have if we only the kind was by my side. The world would be happy. The world would be happy if we don't that is I would be happy. The mind the soul if we that is the mind the mind happy the soul at the same time if only your life would be happy we are life would be happy we are the sea of we are floating in the sea of if we go that is the mind full of happy the soul if we go that is the mind full of the soul. And everyone is like that. I am, you, and Sneha. If only we could immerse ourselves in the basin of life together, then maybe Sneha's life path would have been better. Nowadays, I only dream like that, whether I sleep night or not. If only this dream of mine had come true. I am alone in life. This loneliness is not just for today. I have been carrying this loneliness in my life since childhood. Of course, you know the reason, dear. In fact, in my whole life, I could not forgive my father. Many years have passed since my father died today. My mother did not die then. Feeling really lonely these days. That's probably why, Sneha, if you and I live together, have been floating in such a dream. And here, I've been floating in such a dream. Family and lonely. The difference between the two subjects has been studied throughout the ages. Take for example, Lord Sri Ram and Lord Sri Parashurama. Lord Sri Ram may have been alone later in life or towards the end of his life. But Sri Ram was very well known as Sitaram. At that time, the number of lives was 10 times greater than at present. The matter is not a small one. Maharshi Parashuram was a lonely person all his life. According to our Hindu scriptures, he may still be alive today, and he is still that lonely personality. But the matter is nothing. However, living with a wife is a special standard of living for the whole society. This ideal path is considered from age to age. At the present time, the life limit is very small. Mutual coexistence between you and me has been so far away these days. It really added from. But here, the biggest cruelty is with our relationship. But here, I have a world around you. The consideration is yours. I will be waiting. The consideration is yours. Oh dear. The consideration is yours alone. The world was around me. Without you, everything is forever. The world was around me. Without you, forever. Happy, just our happy only our only daughter. Happy, just our only daughter. Happy only our only daughter. The world was around me. Without you, everything else is forever. The world was around me. Without you, everything else is forever. You love, one day. My life seemed to be life is too happy, to have it from you. You love, one day. Forever. The world was around me. Without you, everything else will be forever. The world was around me. Without you, everything else will be forever. Even from the Pakistan, I have become a prisoner. I'm always from this world. I have become far away 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 from this world. The world was around me. Without you, everything else is forever. The world was around me. Without you, everything else is forever. Truth be told, life is really interdependent. This does not mean the whole world is mine. I am from all over the world. But in reality, the whole world is mine. I am from all over the world. However, this issue is effective then when the wife's life is pained. Need to explain a little more openly. All the people of this whole world are living in the interest of all people. That is, we are directly or indirectly dependent on everyone. However, due to the large population, this dependent issue has been ignored, or this dependent matter does not come to notice. But it is true, a closer look reveals life is moving forward with the cooperation of everyone. Then maybe you will ask questions. Why am I under house arrest? In fact, I am under house arrest for this reason. Because I am not with my wife. I am alone in life. And to be alone in life, there is no need more than necessary. So, the need for you or our little dolls, I don't need to find out. So I don't have to walk much outside the house. That's why I am a house prisoner over there. That's why I am a house prisoner. That's why I am a house prisoner over there. That's why I am a house prisoner. The old was my round. Without you, everything is forever. The old was my round. Without you, forever. Just our happy only our daughter. Happy, just our happy only our only daughter. The world was around. Without you, everything is forever. The world was around. Without you, everything is forever. You love, one need my life seemed to be life is too happy, but heavy from you love, one need far, forever. The world was around. Without you, everything is forever. The world was around. Without you, everything is forever. Even from the public, I have become I'm always from this over. I have become far away from this world. 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 The world was around. Without you, everything else is forever. The world was around. Without you, everything else is forever. Without you, everything else is forever. Maybe the roughness was too much in our relationship, but still my world was all around you. We were happy with our only daughter. as if someone's eyebrows set up in our happy world. We seemed to be separated from each other. Well, after that happened, that's it, and that is what happened. But the regret is only for the time being. Our current life expectancy is very low. Oh dear. Distance for such a long time. This is really an injustice to us. A little thought. Oh dear. It is a worthy consideration to have a time. Good luck for life. A little thought. Oh dear. A little thought. When my mother was alive, our Lodh dynasty was protected by my mother because my mother gave birth to me. This is the eternal tradition of life. Men are considered to be the protector of propagation of the lineage. But there is a great exception. That is, it is impossible to save or propagate a family without the efforts of a couple. That is, if my mother had not given birth to me, then how could I be the protector of the Lodh dynasty? In other words, the role of woman is more important than that of man in protecting the family. But still an explanation remained a puzzle, because it is impossible to save a family without women. In the same way, the male community is also named in the lineage. Only when a woman enters the lineage of a man can the lineage of that man be spread. When a man enters a woman's family, the spread of the woman's father's family is not considered by the society. This is the universal rule of the world. Not only that, this discipline applies only to the living world. After my mother's death, Sneha, Sushmita, Sanjay is the only one in our family. Sneha should be considered as such. The other lineage will spread. The Lodh dynasty will end as soon as Sneha gets married. But here, the Lodh dynasty will end as soon as Sneha gets married. Name is Sneha, then the Lodh dynasty. Pupila, as happy as Lodh dynasty, certainly not this is our identity. Must be Miss Sneha, this is the insult of the Lord. This is our identity. We must be happy this identity. We must be happy identity. Of affection, Sneha is the line is keeping the value. Will be established in another of the Lord, pride, yet the Lord certainly not the feet of the Lord, the feet of the Lord, yet the Lord certainly not the feet of the Lord, the feet of the Lord, of affection, the land is the bed will be established in another of the Lord, pride, of the Lord, pride, Miss Sneha, in the Lord, Pupila, as we have Lodh dynasty, we must be having must have my identity. Name is Sneha. This is the end of the road. This is the one identity. Must have his identity. Must have his identity. In the basin of tomorrow, the existence of my father and grandfather going to blend into any other expression, because our only daughter is still unmarried. The existence of the title Lord in society, Sneha just entering married life, Lord's surname will be deleted with the change of Sneha's new title. No one will remember the Lord dynasty anymore. This is actually the basin. Life goes on like this. It will continue like this. But after Sneha, my expression ended. Understand dear? Sneha then finished my expression. Life goes on like this. It will continue like this. But after Sneha, my expression ended. Understand dear? Sneha then finished my expression. Name is Sneha. Then the Lord Pupila, as a happy, look down, certainly not anymore. This is the one identity. Must have identity. Must have identity. Miss Sneha, this is the end of the This is our identity. Must have this identity. Must have identity. Of application, the line, keeping the value, we live in another of the Lord, pride, yet the Lord, suddenly the feet of the Lord, the feet of the Lord, yet the Lord, suddenly not anymore. The feet of the Lord, the feet of the Lord, of application, the land is in the bed, will be established of the Lord, pride, of the Lord, pride, Miss Sneha, in the Lord, pupila, as we happy as Lord Janis, suddenly not anymore. We must be happy, must be happy, Miss Sneha, This is our identity. Must have this identity. Must have this identity. Our daughter's name is Sneha. You are Mrs. Sushmita Lod. Your identity can be bestowed as Mrs. Sanjay Lod. But after marriage, your name is Mrs. Sushmita Roy, or my name is Mr. Sanjay Roy. Such a name cannot be considered by the society. Even if the woman herself is up to the embrace. However, this is not the case. I do not know whether it would be appropriate to publish my example in this regard. Still reporting. The last tragic Prime Minister of our country is Mrs. Indira Gandhi. She did not appear as Mrs. Indira Nehru. His identity was Mrs. Indira Gandhi, the wife of the late Mr. Firoz Gandhi. It is never possible Sneha will be considered the protector of the Lod dynasty. Understand? Here, it is never possible Sneha Lod will be considered the protector of the dynasty. Even as a family, life without family. And not only that, despite having such a beautiful family, living alone, that probably only happened to me. Of course, you are alone, but there is an exception in your case. You are the only bride of this Lord dynasty. Even if you are out of the house to protect your family, all public holidays can be spent with Sneha by visiting your father's house. The problem is mine. I am in the interest of protecting the rules of society. I can't go to the in-laws house of him. Naturally, I am deprived of the beauty of the family. Unable to see in this way, I came so far. It's almost evening. Coming here, I can see how much I have lost in my past life. How much I have lost. But here, how much I have been lost. I have become very forever. I see life coming in the evening. I love Lord, alone today. This is golden the melody floating I have Maybe I still don't see the darkness in my eyes. However, the light in the light of the eyes has become a bit dim. And why it did not happen? That is when I got past noon. From morning to noon, the ego of radiance in me, such was the predominance. What to expect this evening? The glory of the midday is our only daughter. His midday message now. I've already landed in the evening. The light in my eyes is now in the light of our only daughter's eyes. Now it is the turn of our only daughter's eyes to be divided. Another morning will come when the light in our only daughter's eyes is blind. Only then may the light of my eyes come to an end. Oh dear. Only then may the light of my eyes come to an end. Only then may the light of my eyes come to an end, oh dear. Only then may the light of my eyes come to an end. I have become very I see light coming in the evening. I love Lord, alone today, this golden the melody floating I love I see light coming in the evening. I love, Lord. I love. Really? Am I melted? Am I really crying? Cry of all nature. What can we sin with open eyes? Yes, I must be crying. However, it can be understood by feeling. This kind of crying cannot be seen with open eyes. My loneliness I can only express through feeling. Closing my mouth meant my loneliness. But really, I am shouting and saying that. And walking through such a situation, I came to this evening of light, oh dear. And walking through such a situation, I came to this evening of light. When crying is expressed in the form of words, as a result of expressing those tears, the pressure inside the head decreases a lot in the normal life journey, and the normal course of life becomes normal. You know what, dear? The hardest work in this world is the intelligence of the living world. Maybe you have an idea who is pushing the plow in that field and making the soil fertilized. He is probably the hardest working person in the world. The idea is true, but not entirely true. Take a good look right there. Maybe on the land next to him, another is cultivating by driving a tractor and keeping proper water system in place, and always keeps an eye on the land. And you might say he has a lot of money, so the crops are growing on his land. My assumption is as true as your statement. Do you know the reason? No one in this world is born with money from the mother's womb. Like enjoying the father's money, such as the amount of money sees not all parents can live. Yet, some unknown pupil were able to make such a large crop because they only make the head work hard by presenting all the necessary items. He was able to make so many crops. I have never had such success in life, but our only daughter Sneha, he has been able to make his life successful by working hard. It is here that I have come to realize the true truth. Understand? Yes. Sneha has become exactly like our minds. But here, Sneha has become exactly like our minds. Like the mind that have our that is like the mind that have dreams are there is no mistake, no mistake. Not so, not there, that is our dreams are easy. There is no mistake, our dreams are easy. There is no mistake, like the mind that have small little our there is no mistake, like the mind that have our dreams are easy. There is no mistake, not so, not today, is not that so. Our dreams are easy. There is no mistake, our dreams are easy. There is no mistake. I feel like I'm not much. There are few more. has become a symbol of happiness. The little the only crystal of life, not imagine time. There are few more as if the little dancer has become a symbol of happiness. The little dancer, the only crystal the little like it the mind that happy there is no exactly like it the mind that happy inside there is no notice today is not our there is no our inside there is no exactly our there is no exactly like it the mind that happy our dreams are there is no exactly like it the mind that happy our dreams there is no exactly notice today is not that our dreams there is no exactly our dreams there is no really so. If the child is single, the child is close to the heart of the parents. And if that only child is a girl child and he understands the heart of mother and father and considers that both as his own destination, then the only daughter is like the mind of mother and father. That is so. But here, our only daughter Sneha has been in our mind. Say what? But here, not so. Yours and mine, Sneha, is our only moon. Look at the world and feel it. How happy the earth and the sun are in the glory of their only moon. To the planet Jupiter there, it is necessary to rule with sticks to teach Jupiter's 11 moons. You know, my dear, Jupiter has 11 moons and Jupiter is adorned with the name of Devguru. Our earth feels proud of the glory of the moon alone. You and I are really proud of the success of our only daughter Sneha. Say what? But here, not so. You and I are really proud of the success of our only daughter Sneha. Like the mind, there have like the mind, there have there is no mistake, not certain, not dare, not that is our dreams are easy. There is no mistake, our dreams are easy. There is no mistake, like the mind, small little our there is no mistake, like the mind, our dreams are easy. There is no mistake, not so, not our dreams are there is no mistake, our dreams are there is no mistake. I feel like not much time. There are few more. That's it. As far as the little girl, as it becomes a symbol of happiness. The little girl, not the little dolls as it becomes a symbol of happiness. The little dolls dawn in the crystal, the little doll dawn in the crystal, like the mind, there have our dreams are easy. There is no mistake, like the mind, there have our dreams are easy. There is no mistake. Not so today is not the day. Our dreams are there is no mistake. Our dreams are there is no mistake. Our dreams are there is no mistake. Like the mind, there have our dreams are there is no mistake, like my life. There have been our dreams are real. There is no mistake exact. Notice no day and is not that. Our dreams are real. There is no mistake exact. Our dreams are real. There is no mistake exact. I feel happiest in life at this time of the present. Understand? Yes. Because we are both happy with our only daughter Sneha. Our only daughter is finally revealed in the same way as our mind. In the efforts of my past life or in the brilliance of my intellect, I don't think it was that low. But I may not have been so popular, or my fate was not so active, and or my loneliness was the only obstacle to my success. Despite my efforts in life, maybe that's why I am not successful. The good news is our only daughter Sneha. In his life, there was no such a rush. That is why our only daughter Sneha has become like our mind. What do you say? Yeah? That is why our only daughter Sneha has become like our mind. Success is our only daughter Sneha. In all parts of his life. And the biggest good news is that our only daughter Sneha is just 18 years old. Now he has a lot of acquaintances. It will not be a problem to get friends in all the necessities of life. Only I live far away from Sneha. Just why? You are far from me too. But I understand. You both live happily ever after. I am fine. Even if I am alone. Yet the climate of fear is not over yet. Although the lockdown is kind of over. Yet the final soundtrack has not yet been announced. And yet still COVID-19 novel coronavirus, the disease is still active. The government is still worried about the state of Maharashtra. Despite the vaccine fully cooperating, I am worried too for exactly the same reason. I am fine yet alone. You two are out of my sight. Be a little more careful here. COVID-19 novel coronavirus, even today, the most powerful. As much as possible, this COVID-19 novel coronavirus, it is better to avoid the disease. Understand? Yes. As much as possible, this COVID-19 novel coronavirus, it is better to avoid the disease. Novel coronavirus, COVID-19. Novel coronavirus, COVID-19. Novel coronavirus.